Hello, everybody. This is Sniper. I am back with another Vengeance Demon Hunter change on the PTR. So this hasn't hit retail yet. As it's looking, well, we did receive some changes to our spec tree and clash tree. Now, for all you clicking on this video for Havoc side, I don't know of any changes that have happened to Havoc. I'm going to be looking through the change notes here momentarily to see about Havoc. I just know about the ones that focus on Vengeance. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty. So for talent base, the changes that have happened are simply putting it this way. Sigil Chains has moved locations. It is now in place where Dark Boon or Dark Glare Boon used to be. Dark Glare Boon is now a capstone, making it that Feldev is off of CD now a lot more for utilization as our offensive / defensive cooldown. So another big thing that has happened with Vengeance Demon Hunter is that Fel Devastation is now on a 40-second cooldown over a minute-long CD. This means that, one, it's a lot shorter of a CD, even without Dark Boon Glare, and at maximum, it may be only on CD for like 20-some seconds. Well, 26, I think. It's not exactly half yet. It's 1/5 of its CD, so 1/5 for the minimum, 2/5 for maximum. So it's not 50%. It's not quite 50%, but if you play your cards right, you will probably almost have Feldev decently up, which is really nice to see. It's good to see us actually have some shorter ranked CDs. The Fiery Brand, you can now get more Fiery Brand talents to allow for your Fiery Brand to spread a lot better. They also changed this. Burning Alive used to be every 2 seconds Fiery Brand spreads to a nearby enemy. Now it's only 1. And as we can see, Immolation Aura does not have to tick for that anymore, which is kind of nice to see, because I'm pretty sure it had to tick, or Immolation Aura damage was how it spread. So that's a plus. We can see Sigil Chains is now up where Dark Boon Glare used to be, making it a little bit more accessible, but probably still, they probably made it to where this center portion probably won't be taken unless you're in a very niche case, and even then it might not be taken that much. We might see Sigil of Chains have some play during, say, Spiteful Week to prevent the Shades from hitting our melee DPS. Some things on the clash tree that have changed. As you can see, it's pretty much the exact same clash tree. Note in the patch notes it did say that this one here swapped locations with Sigil of Misery. That is not the case. Kind of sad, but I kind of would like to see Dark Boon Glare be on the clash tree, just because that would benefit both Havoc players and Vengeance players. I'm not sure what the cooldown of... Oh, so I-Beam is a 40-second cooldown too. So having a short burst one like that might not be a bad idea for like a demon build. Letting them have that. But that might cause some balancing issues, and it might have to be like reduced for Havoc players, but for Vengeance, 20 to 40% off it, or refresh on its cooldown is kind of nice. It's nice to see that you're able to pick up 4 capstones again like we used to. For a while there, just to get some of the things I wanted, I couldn't do that because of how my points were laid out. So it's nice to see this again. And it's nice to actually be able to pick up some other things. Soulmonger, I still feels a little weak. Strictly because it utilizes soul fragments that we're probably trying to save up, and it's actually making us spend them. Burning Alive will be definitely a major one. So, that being said, the other changes is concentrated sigils is no longer a talent. Now we only have precise sigils, but it's still as crappy as they were. If I can figure out a macro for it, I will definitely link that in the description if I can, or link that in the comments if I can find that. But other than that, that's the only other change. Is there's none of there's no that. But yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to bring to you guys the changes as they roll out to let you guys be able to formulate, and so this way you're not completely like, oh my god, that change, it's completely wrecks my build. We are going to see some build wrecking ones, without a doubt. Probably run that. Don't have retaliation spikes. Come to think of it, so I'm gonna be parrying a bit. But some abilities that are underwhelming is Festering Souls, Soulmongerer, Stroke the Flames. No offense, Feldev already does almost 40k damage for me. By increasing that by 40%, I'm looking at almost 50k then, if I'm not mistaken, roughly. Some things I'd like to see is Ascending Flames location change a little, and I may have the ones that are up in arms with the new Sigil build. The Sigil build is so great, mad at me for this, but I think I'd like to see that change and put Revel in Pain up there. Put maybe Ascending Flames down here. So this way, those that want to do Ascending Flames, they can easily pick it up. As you can see, I don't have to take these two. I do have to take Revel in Pain to get the Chains of Anger. So having Ascending Flames there would make it in line with these. Maybe also swap Ascending Flames to where Chains of Anger's at, because ultimately 50% additional initial damage, my initial damage with it, so it's only going to be going up to what, 20 some, or almost 20, god, can't math right now, 21,000 points of damage on initial burst. Now of course that means that can overlap, but once again, you have to have the sigils to do that, and it just, you don't allow this one to overlap. Why the heck are you allowing an overlapping ability right here? Fracture, I think we just keep saying it, Blizzard. Fracture just needs to be baked into the class, and we need something else here. I do think that Ascending Flames with the multiple applications of Sigil of Flame may overlap ability is kind of silly. I do think that it should be part of the capstone for that, just because, no offense, you have it down here that you have to go the whole way down to Soul Crusher in order for multiple stacks of Frailty to overlap. And as we can see, we have augments to Frailty. Why not just put Frailty's overlap into here? You have it that the primary target for Soul Cleave has it up for 8 seconds. Just make the debuff 8 seconds. We don't get any meaningful real defensive or healing from it, to be honest. My overall healing from just Leech, which I'm going to assume is where Frailty's at, is hardly anything. It would just be nice to see some of our things remove the 5 enemy cap on Soul Cleave, make it 8 to bring it in line with Spirit Bomb, and make it that it ultimately effectively is a worse variant of Spirit Bomb. But yeah, no, like, come on, you have one that augments our primary thing to be 25 over 20. Like, is this really a choice? If you're a person that uses the augment for shear, one, why? Who hurt you? Because you're just going to be spamming this 2 times to get 40 to get this, and keep in mind you're only generating 1 soul fragment. Where if you go with fracture, oh, and I'm sorry, 2 in meta. You're going to be spamming this for, you're going to hit it twice for both your charges. Note that it's only on a 3.2 charge. I would recommend using fracture over the shear augment because, one, you're going to generate more fury per second, unless you have an auto clicker with this, and you're going to be generating more souls. You're going to be able to go quite literally from here, hit it twice, spirit bomb. Where with that one, you're going to have some other setups that you're going to be taking. As you can see, once again, as I said, concentrated sigil is gone. I guess after we said that, oh, you just made a glorified macro, they got rid of it. Now it's precise only. Ultimately, once if I can figure out a macro for it, I will be sure to place that in the comments below this video. But yeah, so changes. Sigil of Chains moved to where Dark Glare Boon is. Dark Glare Boon is down in the capstones now. Feldev is a 42nd, and yeah, and Concentrated Sigil is no longer a thing. Also, keep in mind that the patch notes did say that this and this were altered or changed locations. It's not the case. It's probably a typo. It's changed to here. So, unless we see another change where they've moved this over to here, in which case, ultimately, might make some of the Havoc players happy, because that could help in making an actual demon build. Alright, I know I said this was primarily going to be Vengeance, but I've only gone for like 12 minutes on talking on this, so let's just look here to see if there's any changes. I'm not, oh, right, I think, Inertia got buffed. And, yeah, I think Inertia got buffed. And they're more or less making it to where they're gonna want you to play. Oh, Initiative also got, I think Initiative got a buff, but I think they're primarily trying to force Demon Hunters into the Momentum build. Most people in the forums are saying that it's between a 2% damage for a ground or a standstill fighting one, but I don't know. I don't play enough Havoc. If there is something, I'm pretty sure the comment section will let you know on what might have changed. That being said, but that's all I have, is that the changes to this allows for a few things. Oh, Burning Alive did get changed. It's no longer every 2 seconds. It's every second. So 9 seconds, I think, is what... No, 10 seconds. So you'll have it spread to 10 different targets over its course of span. So that's going to be really nice. And making it a little bit more of an AoE managing situation than anything. Kinda would like to see us be able to get down and pick up Dawn and Flame without, like, taking away from Frailty. Because, yeah, if you want to get down in Flames, you more or less take away from the Frailty side. Especially since now, You lose Soul Crusher, which makes it to where stacks can overlap. And yeah, you can't, no matter how you slice it, you can't get down there to get that without. So it's gonna be nice. It's nice to see that we're getting some more builds. I'm not sure if I'm really liking the whole idea of you debuff enemies, debuffs do less damage, or debuffed enemies do less damage to you kind of gameplay. That to me just doesn't seem like how we were meant to be. We were always notorious for being, so to speak, the quote-unquote DPS that can definitely take a hit. We were great with our damage, but we had to pace ourselves, get in combat, and then like leap away while all the enemies are chasing you. Sort of gameplay. We were supposed to be the kiting tank, and we're sort of losing that. We're sort of losing that because we're gonna have all these stupid dots that we got to keep track of, and that's just going to be a pain in the butt, in my opinion. I'm gonna say that this is probably gonna be the best build that you're gonna have for me want to stand there and take hits, as it'll give you decent healing through Feldev, Spirit Bomb for AoE situations. Gonna have some good burst damage between the Elysian Decree and Feldev. Like ultimately, without, if Flames of Fury did not gate my path to Elysian Decree, I would not take Flames of Fury. But it gates my path to Elysian Decree. And Elysian Decree is going to be good AoE source of healing and good damage. As we can see, it deals 55,000 points of damage. And yeah, it's capped at 5, but it's reduced then beyond 5 targets. It's not capped, hard capped at 5. Blizzard, fix this. We don't need to be... This is 2023. We no longer need to have hard caps on tanks. If anything, tanks should be able to quite literally be uncapped to allow us to maintain aggro. Alright, that's all I got for you guys for today. Just to recap, for those of you that don't want to watch the whole entire video, just cut to this part here. Sigil Chain spot moved up to where Dark Glare Boon is. Dark Glare Boon is now a capstone. We're seeing Feldev reduced by 20 seconds cooldown. We're seeing the removal of concentrated sigils. And I believe that is all that I have for you. Burning Alive has changed to every second over every 2 second for Firebrand spreading. Kind of would have liked to have seen that earlier, Blizzard. Whenever you were running the tier set. Oh, and I don't think the tier set has changed. Yep, tier set has not changed. So have fun with the Sigil Flame tier set. I kind of wish it would change because it's a stupid one, and I'm almost guaranteeing you, sorry Havoc, yours probably hasn't changed either. I'll quickly look at it here. Nope. Have fun, everybody. The tier set has not changed. Good luck in the upcoming patch. Hopefully they do something to combat against the tier set, because this tier set, as I said, the Screaming Torch Fiend set for both Havoc and Vengeance is kind of poo. It's so bad that I am contemplating not running Vengeance Demon Hunter. And there hasn't been an expansion post Legion that I have not run the Vengeance Demon Hunter. So that shows you how bad it is, in my opinion. We don't need a buff to Sigil of Flame when you're going to force us into a playstyle then that doesn't do us anything. Or I don't want to be forced into a playstyle. That playstyle being the Illuminated Sigil playstyle. Like, I didn't swap to the Down in Flames one for Vengeance back in Season 2. Whenever they were saying that, oh, you're going to swap to a Fiery Brand build. I didn't do that. It was still decent. The tier set still was good for it. I didn't swap to that. I don't like that there really looks like they're really pushing hard for the Sigil build this upcoming expansion. Blizzard, just buff our inherent abilities. Like, oh, well, you could take without, you could not have Fiery Brand. Well, you have to take Fiery Brand in order to get to Ascending Flame, which is part of the Sigil build. If I'm taking stuff to get to down to here, I'm just going down with Down in Flames. It's going to be decent in AoE, because it'll give me two sigils or 2 marks of Down in, or Fiery Brand that I can throw on 2 enemies and have it spread to a mob of enemies. Note that the lasting ones I think are like 8 seconds. I'm thinking, or no, full. It's a full brand. It's full 10-second brand. So it's not to mention Charred Flesh would increase that. So it's one of those things that Blizzard, you kinda are you sort of made the tier set underwhelming, and ultimately this one will still reign supreme. The only difference between this one and this one is if you look at it, this one will come out at 441, where this one will come in, or is coming in at 421, and that's base item level. That is base level. That's the champion gear that unranked champion gear that I'm currently wearing. Or no, sorry, champion gear is 454. I don't know what champion is for this. Max level Hero 5 was 441, so it comes in right underneath these. Or it comes in right at the base level. Let's see here. 447 was the max for, because my Tree Mouth Shard is not maxed. Yeah, 447 was max for this. Thought I had something at max rank for Mythic. Maybe I don't. But yeah, 447. So like quite literally tier 2s will probably do you for, or season 2 will probably do you for at least up to her, or at least completion of normal raid. Probably won't do you too much good in Mythic Plus, but that being, I digress. Oh yeah, right there, 447. No, that's I could have swore I had something that was maxed up at maximum for Mythic, but maybe I don't. Maybe I just thought I did. So, oh yeah, my neck. As you can see, 447. So, like tier season 2s would, if you have a maxed out rank of season 2, you will probably see a good playtime of that still. But Blizzard, I don't like your you're removing a lot of what made the sigils pretty decent. Get rid of that. yeah, you made sigils decent, and then you decided to take what was good about the sigils and remove it, making it to where we were the ones that had a 10-second silence. That was kind of nice. Our sigil of flame lasted for 10 seconds over 8. What is with you in this number 8 for time? 8 seconds. Every second. Okay, that's 3 seconds. But like, make it to where druids don't have to spec, from what I know of, spec anything special to make their sunbeam, moonbeam, solar beam, whatever it is, their silence, uh, 8 seconds long. So just let us have our 10-second sigil of silence and our 10 seconds sigil of flame. Sorry, sigil of misery isn't going to be utilized in any real situation where PvE is considered. If anything, we'd rather just take imprisonment if we needed it, because this will put us into combat, so there's no point in it other than to try to play into a sigil build where we reduce our CDs of our sigils. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not looking forward to some of these changes. I feel they aren't trying to hear the words of the Vengeance community. We need something to sort of fill in these gaps. They're sort of giving us that with the Fel Dev, but how long until they decide that, oh, well, Fel Dev is too powerful now, with it being only 40 seconds. We need to make it a minute now, again. Like, I'm not holding my breath for any real meaningful changes to happen for us. I'm gonna pray for the best, but prepare for the worst. But yeah, we need some better. Like, this as a capstone, I can see that's nice. A 2 rank for 0.5. I think I did the math out, and that is only that is roughly 2 minutes and 2.5, or sorry, that 2.5 seconds cooldown on demon spikes, which I guess in the grand scheme of things isn't bad, but I think Feed the Demon originally, whenever it was talented on a treat or on the 3 tier or 3 selection choice, was like a second per soul shard. It was pretty strong. It's why some of us ran it. It's why some of us didn't run it, because there were other ones on that list that were more powerful. I think, I don't remember exactly, but yeah, no, I've been playing Demon Hunter now for quite a while. I was playing it back whenever its inherent thought process on WoD. So whenever it first came to retail on WoD, and that was at the end of WoD. I was running Demon Hunter at the end of WoD. It was pre-patch, so that's why. Or it was pre-expansion, just to let you guys know. But yes, it was out during WoD. My original Demon Hunter, she has her Garrison Hearthstone, and she got it while she was out there during WoD. Yeah, that's all I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave a like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I post more videos like this. So I will um, catch you all later. Goodbye.